love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Okay, go ahead.
I love my race pass.
I love my race pass.
Go ahead.
I love my race pass.
Go ahead.
Everyone I know uses my race pass.
1, 2, 3.
Out next will be our second group of our Carolina Renovations and Custom Build rookie 4-cylinders. Driving the 05, that's Neil Brand. On the 21M, Parker Rogers. On the 4, Brody Hanna. On the 2, Banks Manning. The 22B, Will Bettingfield. And on the 18, Brandon Sledge. Again, up next, Copeland Farms Carolina Class Super Late Models. Your practice is next. Again, quality pre-owned. Super stock 4-cylinder. Your heat races will be after your Copeland Farms Carolina Class Super Late Model practice. Right now in practice, quickest car, the 96 of Jesse Edmondson with a 19.373. Again, that is just practice.
Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to County Line Raceway. I'm Kip Thompson, the voice of the Coleman Farms Carolina Clash Super Late Models. We're excited to be back here in Elm City. The Carolina Clash Super Late Models would like to say thank you to all of our 2026 series sponsors, Coleman's Farms Racing, BP Racing, Hoosier Racing Tire, Judy Yarborough Realty, XL Chassis, SEC Construction, Big A's Custom Graphics, Team Triple X Race Services, Landrum Performance Springs, Heritage Signs, LLC, Barry Fence and Supply Company, the Voice of Victor Lane podcast, along with K-Man's Parts, Thomas Clark Performance, and Extreme Trophies and Awards, making their way onto the speedway right now. The Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models for Big A's Custom Graphic Hot Laps first out of the gate. You'll see him rolling down the back straightaway right there. The Rock Hill Bad Boy, the driver number 16, Longhorn by Wesley Page. Coleman Farms Racing, that is three-time series champion Ben Watkins. Right behind him, a feature winner here earlier in the 2026 season, the Beaver Dam, Virginia native. That is the Commonwealth Bandit. That is Russell Irwin in the Infinity Chassis. Right behind him, this place has been touted for years, the House of Rouse, Sweet Potato Express, Longhorn Chassis. That is the Scott Farms motor entry of Michael Rouse. Right behind him, the 13 of Joe Radford out of Princeton, North Carolina. Also, he's known as the Outlaw. That's the driver number 21 out of Elm City, North Carolina. That is Michael Batten. Also right behind him out of Benson, North Carolina. He won the very first Clash race in history right here in the year 2000 out of Benson, North Carolina. That's the driver number 79. That is Roger Lucas. Today's event for the Carolina Clash Super Late Models brought to you in part by Coleman Farm Racing. This is feature number 428 for the Coleman Farm Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models. And in the history of the Coleman Farm Racing Carolina Clash, we've seen 95 different drivers make their way to victory lane. The last driver to do that and add his name to the Clash history book was Taylor Puckett. He picked up the win last month at Sumter Speedway. Race fans, we are hearing from race control. Green flag will fly for the Big A's Custom Graphics Hot Laps here this afternoon at County Line Raceway on the number 21 of Michael Batten in that good-looking bright orange and white with some black Longhorn here at County Line Raceway. So we're about to be underway. Green flag is about to fly for Big A's Custom Graphics Hot Laps here at County Line Raceway. Batten will roll it off of turn 3 and 4. He'll step on the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. Big A's Custom Graphics underway here in Elm City, North Carolina. The super late models of the Coleman Farms Carolina Clash, picking them up, putting them down, getting ready for a $5,000 event here tonight. 35 laps the distance. And we are so glad to have you along for the ride. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Big Sports TV, live from Elm City, North Carolina. Ben Watkins, 14.103. Russell Irwin, 14.293. Michael Batten, 14.570. Ben Watkins, top of the board, 14.008 for the Rock Hill Bad Boy, three-time Carolina Clash Super Late Model champion. Already has 2 wins to his resume here in 26. Joe Radford with a 15.126. Got a couple of cars there missing data. Second place car, and we will continue to roll right on into our next group of hot laps. Again, brought to you in part here tonight by Big A's Custom Graphics.
Again, quality pre-owned super stock 4 center start lining up. Your heat races are next. Quality pre-owned super stock 4s. Your heat races are next.
Michael, you know, this is always one of my favorite places to come and announce the race, man. It's such a great facility. Track's always in really good shape. I think we're shaping up for a good one here tonight with the Coleman Farms Racing, Carolina Clash Super Late Models, and all the other great classes here, man. There is a craft of 4-cylinders out in those pits out there.
Yes, sir. I think the actually smallest class we got here tonight is 14. Every other class has got 16 plus.
We're going to continue to roll into group number 2. Hot Laps brought to you in part by our good friends at Big A's Custom Graphics, making his way onto the speedway. Driver of the 06, he's known as the Dirt Deacon. That is Christian Thomas. Right behind him, the driver of the number 28 out of Chesapeake, Virginia. That is Carl Vaughn. Right behind him, you'll see out of Lexington, North Carolina, he's the driver of the number 18. That is Spencer Ligon, also on the speedway. 2025 Rookie of the Year, sponsored by SEC Construction. That is Blue Collar Motorsports. Sanford Construction, Longhorn Chassis, that is the 93 of Donovan Action Jackson. Right behind him, you'll see the driver, the number 23B out of Middlesex, North Carolina. That is Mr. Matthew Bissett. Also right behind him, a great run for him earlier this week at Georgetown Speedway with the World of Outlaws. A 9th place finish. He's the driver of the number 1 MJ Price Construction Infinity Chassis, M&W Towing, East Coast Towing. That is the wild child, Willie Milliken. Right behind him out of Princeton, North Carolina, another race car driver who knows his way around this place as good as anybody out of Pine Level, North Carolina, the Donnie's Body Shop, HST Shocks. That is the 8 of Dustin Mitchell. Again, the Carolina Clash Super Late Models brought to you in part by Coltman Farm Racing. Delighted to be right back here at County Line Raceway where it all began in the year of 2000. And again, you heard me say earlier, the man who won that race, Roger Lucas, still racing at this level here today. Again, here with us tonight in 2026 racing season from Benson, North Carolina. Always glad to see him back here at County Line. This is where it all got started. He won that race on a borrowed race car courtesy of Mr. Carlton Lamb. Special memory, and again, always great to see him here at the Speedway. Green flag back in the air. We are underway on the 93 of Donovan Action Jackson as he works it down into turn 1 and 2 here at County Line. Donovan Jackson 15.197, Matthew Bissett 14.731, Willie Milliken 14.165, Dustin Mitchell second quick 14.713, Spencer Ligon 15.245, Carl Vaughn 16.773. Milliken top of the board in that Infinity chassis. That's a brand new race car. He's looking mighty sporty down the back straightaway. He'll work it toward the stripe here at 14.150. That'll be the fastest car in Group B. That is, again, the wild child of the MJ Price Infinity chassis out of Roanoke Rapids. That is Willie Milliken. Coming up next, we will continue to roll through our third group of Coltman Farm Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models, again brought to you in part tonight. The hot laps are sponsored by Big A's Custom Graphics. Coming up, the next time these guys will hit the racetrack, we'll roll into Heritage Signs LLC qualifying here tonight inside the County Line Raceway. Super Stock 4s, you need to make your way to staging. You'll be on the racetrack at the conclusion of the Big A's Custom Graphic Hot Laps for our Carolina Clash Super Late Models here tonight. Making his way onto the Speedway out of Stedman, North Carolina. That's the driver of the 7H. That is Ronnie Long Jr., also known as the Hawk. Good-looking race car making his way through turns 1 and 2. Right behind him, the driver number 52. He's out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina. That is Timmy Mills. Also, right there, you'll see the fans putting their hands together. The hometown kid, Lights Out. Prime Electrical Solutions, that is the 8A of Lights Out, Austin Holcomb. Right behind him, you'll see the driver number 5. That is Cy Nelms Jr. And Bailey, North Carolina native. That is the number 3 of Skeeter Lyles. Also, Daniel Tucker in the 0 here with us tonight, and he's out of Greensboro, North Carolina. This will be the final group for Big A's Custom Graphics Hot Laps here tonight inside the County Line Raceway. We'll get word from the tower. We're about to go green right here for Group 3 here inside County Line Raceway. Green flag in the air, and we are back underway. Coltman's Farms, Carolina Clash Super Late Models Hot Laps brought to you in part by our good friends at Big A's Custom Graphics. All right, green flag back in the air. We'll try it again here for group number 3. Again, Big A's Custom Graphics. Coleman's Farms, Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Hot laps underway for group number 3. Timmy Mills, 17.109. Austin Holcomb, 14.536. Cy Nelms Jr., 14.570. Skeeter Lyles, 14.714 for the L3. Ronnie Long, 16.799. Holcomb still top of the board here as the checkered flag flies. Tonight's checkered flag is being brought to you in part also by Coltman Farm Racing, 14.357. Second quick, Cy Nelms Jr., followed by the L3. Not so quick. Cy Nelms Jr. on that final lap goes top of the board for group number 3 with a 14.347. Austin Holcomb second quick, followed by Bobby Lyles, also known as Skeeter. Timmy Mills, and rounding out the top 5 in that group, the 7H of Ronnie Long. Coming up next, we've got heat races, I think it is, and we're going to turn it over to Michael Wheelis, the voice of County Line Raceway. Mike, take it away.
Absolutely, Kip. Up next, our quality pre-owned Superstock 4-cylinder heat races. U-Cars will be getting ready. You roll after Superstock 4-cylinder heat races. U-Cars will be getting them ready. Up next in our first heat, starting on the pole, driving the B3 out of M City, North Carolina, that's Damian Bryant. To his outside, driving the 212 out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, that's Greg Brew. Rolling off third, driving the 1 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, that's Cody Wilson. Rolling off fourth, driving the 118 out of Clayton, North Carolina, that's Patrick Hart. Rolling off fifth on the 69D out of Middlesex, North Carolina, Dawson May. To his outside, driving the 933 out of Wilson, North Carolina, the Goose, Michael Hill. And rolling off seventh, driving the 13 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that is Bobby Bottoms. That is your 7 starters in your first heat race of your quality pre-owned Superstock 4-cylinders. Again, U-Cars start headed to the grid now. U-Cars, your roll after Superstock 4-cylinders. Colton Farms, Carolina Class Super Late Models. You'll qualify, be making those last-minute adjustments. You'll qualify after U-Car qualifying. Be running 5-lap heat races right here. We're going to get them lined up. We're going to try to go green next time by. They're side by side coming down the back straightaway. Flapping will start the race coming out of turn 4. It's Damian Bryant, Greg Brew, Cody Wilson, Patrick Hart, Dawson May, Michael Hill, and Bobby Bottoms. We are green. Bryant with a good jump going into turn 1 right now. Damian Bryant out front. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Thought better of it. Stay 2 wide back behind your leader to beat 3, Damian Bryant, as they bring him off of turn 4. Right now the leader, lap 1, Damian Bryant, but back in the field is a wasp nest. They're 2 wide, 3 wide. Oops, it was like trouble on the 1 of Cody Wilson, a little squirrely. No harm, no foul. They stay green. Coming to lap 2, leading lap 2 in the B3, that'll be Damian Bryant, Greg Brew, Patrick Hart, Dawson May, Cody Wilson, Michael Hill, and Bobby Bottoms. Right now, Damian Bryant bringing them down the back straight with about a 3-car length lead as they roll them off of turn 4. The 212 of Brew pushes. That allows the 69 of Dawson May to go from 4th to 2nd. 2 laps to go. See if Dawson May has anything for the B3 of Damian Bryant. He rolls it off of turn 3 coming out of turn 4. Looking the white flag. There'll be 1 more to go this time for the B3 of Damian Bryant. Bryant brings him down the back stretch. May closing it up a little bit, but I don't think he's going to have time to make anything happen. They're bringing them off of turn 4. Heat race win number 1. Give it up to the B3 of Damian Bryant, Dawson May, Patrick Art, Greg Brew, Michael Hill, Cody Wilson, and Bobby Bottoms. Again, heat race winner of the first one, the B3 of Damian Bryant. Out next for your second heat 5 laps of your quality pre-owned Superstock 4-cylinder, driving the 32R of Michael Ross. On the 20R out of Sims, North Carolina, that's Terry Rose. Rolling off third, driving the 28 out of Nashville, North Carolina, that's Melvin Langley. To his outside, driving the 82E out of Elm City, North Carolina, the Iceman, Enzo Dillon. Rolling off fifth on the 14 out of Spring Hope, North Carolina, that is Jason Horn. To his outside in the 47A out of M City, North Carolina, Austin Bottoms. Rolling off seventh, driving the 19 out of Norlina, North Carolina, that's Brandon Evanson. That's your 7 starters, or your second heat race quality pre-owned Superstock 4s. Again, Bryant All Around Services, SCDR Sport Combats. You should already be there. They bring them off of turn 4 side by side. They come to almost Enzo Dillon thought about going 3 wide, thought better of it. Stays in the gas, a little tap. Looking on the inside, Enzo Dillon to the lead, coming down the back straightaway as they bring them into turn, coming out of turn 4. It's Enzo Dillon, Michael Ross, Terry Rose, Austin Bottom, Jason Horn, Brandon Emerson, and Melvin Langley. Caution, caution. Trouble for the 28 of Melvin Langley. Get it fired up. Should be a quick caution. And it looks like trouble on the 19 for Brandon Emerson. Unfortunately, bad luck for the 19 of Brandon Emerson. But there will be no mosquitoes on the front stretch tonight. All right, going back green this time. Get the 19. Well, no, we're not. We're going to run this water in a couple times. Unfortunately, the 28 of Melvin Langley behind the wall and the 19 of Brandon Emerson. Showing 1 lap complete. Enzo Dillon, Michael Ross, Terry Rose, Austin Bottoms, and Jason Horn. Your 5 cars left out of 7. Again, Sport Compact U cars, you should already be there for your qualifying. Coltman Farms, Carolina Class Super Late Models be making those last minute adjustments. You qualify after U cars. All right, Flamin' James Batten's going to turn the lights out as they come off of turn 2. We come in green this time. And we're in the green. Hard in the gas coming out of turn 4. That's Enzo Dillon. Bottoms looking on the inside. Rose. Bottoms on the bottom, Rose on the top. Coming off of turn 2. Give it to Bottoms. Austin Bottoms up to second. Meanwhile, the 82 of Dylan Horn looking on the inside for third. See if he can make it. Yes, it's Enzo Dillon, Austin Bottom, Jason Horn up to third. Michael Ross and Terry Rose right now as they go down the backstretch. Right now, the 82E of Enzo Dillon's got about a 4-car length lead. They bring it into 3 down, 2 to go. This time by for Enzo Dillon. Rolling into turn 3, coming off of turn 4. Looking for the white flag. The 82E of Enzo Dillon. Austin Bottoms, Jason Horn, Rose, and Ross there side by side for 5th at the line. Give it to Rose that time. Meanwhile, coming out of turn 4, looking for the checkered flag. Heat race win. Number 2, driving the E82. That's Enzo Dillon. Austin Bottoms, Jason Horn, Michael Ross, and Terry Rose is your top 5. Heat race 2. Give it up one more time. Heat race 2 winner driving the E82, the Iceman, Enzo Dillon. Up next will be our Bryant's All-Around Services Sport Compact U-Car qualifying. We got 17 U-Cars checked in tonight. We are going to send these out in groups of 5, 5, 5, and 4. Last group will have 4 in it. Again, Colton Farms Carolina Class Super Late Model. Your qualifying will be next. You'll be after U-Cars. Out first to take practice driving the 61. That's Kevin Lilly. On the 9 should be Stephen Robinson. On the 3, Maggie Sledge. The 84, Michael Massey. 29 of Greg Lutz. Laps of practice right now. The 61 of Kevin Lilly. Quick time again. This is qualifying. So right up moves Stephen Robinson to the top of the board with a 19.573. All right, after the first group. Again, after the first round, setting a quick time to beat, driving the 9 is Stephen Robinson with a 19.573. Right now, that's going to be your quickest qualifier. Out next should be the 68J of Jesse Joyner, the C3 of Colton Williams, 28 of Prentice Winston, the 11W of Tommy Weiss, and the 23-8 of Brianna Barefoot. It's got 8, but it's 23B. 23B of Brianna Barefoot. first on the track. Going on the back straightaway, driving the 68J. That is Jesse Joyner. On the C3 of Colton Williams. 28 of Prentice Winston. On the 11W, Tommy Reese. 23B, that is Brianna Barefoot. Like trouble on the 11W, he goes off on the high side there in turn 2. Meanwhile, first lap down, still quick time, driving the 9 of Stephen Robinson with a 19.573. Lutz, Lilly, Sledge, Massey, Winston, Joyner, Williams. Just going to wrap it up for our second group of qualifying. And our Bryant's All-Around Services SC DRA Sport Compact U-Card qualifying. Still quick time right now is Robinson, Lutz, Lilly, Sledge, Massey, Winston, Joyner, Williams, and Barefoot. Up next should be the 66 of Mike Creekmore, the 888 of Tyler Hopkins, 3S. 19 of Matthew Lutz, the 10 of Dustin O'Neill, and the 18 of Nathan Covert. Green is out. Green flag coming around the tape. On the first lap to the top of the board, driving the 66 of Mike Creekmore, 18.983. The 888 of Tyler Hopkins. It's like trouble on top of turn 2. Right now, he'll be second quick, 19.486. And the 888 of Hopkins to a dead stop in the top of turn 2. As we stay green coming to the checkered flag. The 66 of Mike Creekmore. Tyler Hopkins, Stephen Robinson, Greg Lutz, Kevin Lilly, Maggie Sledge, Bradley, Matthew Lutz, Michael Massey, Prentice Whitson, Jesse Joyner, Colton Williams, Brianna Barefoot. All right, up next will be our last group. Should be the 10 of Dustin O'Neill, 18 of Nathan Cole, the 11V of Tyler Vaughn. The 01 of Zach Clapper, and the 11W of Tom. Again, Colton Forms, Carolina Class Super Late Models. Be lining them up. You qualify next. Pure Stock 4s, you will heat race after Super Late Models. Pure Stock 4s, be getting them ready. You will heat race after Super Late Model. Dustin O'Neill hard in the gas. We're trying to get a car started. Right now, time to beat driving the 66. That is Mike Creekmore. 18,896 on par in the 18s right now.
What did he say? Little boy.
'Gain, can't thank everyone enough for coming out tonight. Got a big show here tonight. Again, got to thank Colton Farms, Carolina Class Super Late Models for being in the house tonight. We're getting ready to turn them loose here in a little bit. As they bring them off and turn forward. We're going green flag on the 10 of Dustin O'Neill. See if anybody has anything for the 66 of Mike Creekmore. Dustin O'Neill bringing it out of turn 4. Let's see on the first lap he has anything for the 66 of Mike Creekmore. And he does to the top. Driving the 10, Dustin O'Neill, 18.752. Don't look now, the 11V of Tyler Vaughn said slide over. I want to be there also. Right now, 18.731. V of Tyler Vaughn to the top of the board with 18.698, 18.698. Dustin O'Neill, Mike Creedmoor, Nathan Covert, and Tyler Hopkins. Again, up next will be our Colton Farms Carolina Clash Late Model Series qualifying. Pierce stock 4-cylinders, be getting them ready.
Again, we'd like to take the opportunity to welcome all of our race fans here inside County Line Raceway and everyone watching here tonight, Big Sports TV. So glad to have you along for the ride here from Elm City, North Carolina. The Colton Farms Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models. We'd like to say thank you to all of our 2026 series sponsors: Colton Farms Racing, VP Racing, Hoosier Racing Tire, Judy Yarborough Realty, XL Chassis, SEC Construction, Big A's Custom Graphics, Team Triple X Racing Services, Landry Performance Springs, Heritage Signs LLC, Barrier Fence and Supply Company, The Voice of Victor Lane Podcast, K-Man's Parts, Thomas Clark Performance, and Extreme Trophies and Awards. A little bit later on this evening as we roll into our feature race tonight, this will be feature race number 428 in the history of the Colton Farms Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models. And in the history of the Colton Farms Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models, to date, we have seen 95 different drivers make their way to victory lane. The last driver to do that was Taylor Puckett, who picked up that win in May over at Sumter Speedway. Making their way onto the speedway right now for Heritage Signs LLC qualifying. Driving down the back straightaway, that is the Rock Hill Bad Boy, 3-time Carolina Clash Super Late Model champion. The Weston Page Longhorn, Coltman's Farms entry, that is Ben Watkins, also on the speedway. He won the very first race in the history of the Carolina Clash Super Late Models right here in Elm City at County Line Raceway. That's the driver number 79. That's Roger Lucas. Ben Watkins across the stripe with a 14.466. Earlier this afternoon in hot laps, he turned a 14.008. He'll work it down off of turn 3 and 4 right there with Roger Lucas. Roger Lucas on his first lap was a 15.7. He was a 15.579. Watkins in his second lap, they're 14.449. So that's going to do it for the first group here with Heritage Signs LLC qualifying live on Big Sports TV here at County Line Raceway. Heritage Signs LLC located in Lawrence, South Carolina. No job too big, no job too small. These guys do a great job with commercial signage, residential signage. They do vehicle wraps. Hey, they even wrap race cars. 843-222-4747. Give them a call today. They'll be glad to help you. Being told up top here, Ben Watkins in the 16 will get one more qualifying lap. He is top of the board as of right now with the first two cars. 14.449 was his last lap. We'll see what he does here as he rolls through turns 3 and 4. Approaching the stripe right here. Heritage Signs LLC qualifying at County Line. 14.214. That will be his fast time as of right now. So everyone knows we have Group A and Group B qualified. You'll take the fastest out of Group B against who's in Group A, and the fast time overall will receive a $100 bonus courtesy of our fast time qualifying sponsor, Judy Yarborough Realty out of Lake Norman. Making his way onto the racetrack, he had a 15.126 in hot laps out of Princeton, North Carolina. The driver of the number 13, Joe Radford, also making his way out of the staging area, working it down the front straightaway in the turns 1 and 2. The Commonwealth Bandit Infinity Chassis, Irwin Racing Product Supply. That is Russell Irwin. He picked up the win here earlier this year in March in that number 22. Can he do a repeat performance here tonight? Green flag in the air. Heritage Signs LLC qualifying underway right here at County Line. Top of the board, 14.214 for Ben Watkins. Radford approaches the stripe. 15.123 for him on lap number 1. Here comes Irwin making his way to the flag stand. 14.271 for the Commonwealth Bandit. Radford in lap number 2. Let's see if he picks it up a little bit. He does not. 15.123 will be his best time. Russell Irwin at the stripe. And he'll go top of the board. New fast time in Group A, 14.197 for the 22 of Russell Irwin. The Commonwealth Bandit, 14.197. So as of right now, Russell Irwin, Ben Watkins, Joe Radford, and Roger Lucas, that will be your top 4 as of right now. But we've still got 6 more cars to go here. And at Group A qualifying, again, brought to you in part tonight by our great friends at Heritage Signs LLC, Clint Blackburn and all of his great crew there in Lawrence, South Carolina. You need to give them a call today if you have any signage needs coming up. You should call him, 843-222-4747. Pure Stock 4s, outside staging area. Hey, start making your way to staging. You guys will be up next at the conclusion of the Heritage Signs LLC qualifying for the Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Making his way on the Speedway. This place over the years has been called the House of Rouse. That is the Love Sweet Potato Express. Scott Farms Motor Entry. That is Michael Roush. Right behind him, another heavy hitter right here at County Line Raceway. He comes to us out of Dunn, North Carolina, the Rustic Oak 06. He's called the Dirt Deacon. That is Christian Thomas. Everyone shooting for the 14.197 laid down by Russell Irwin. Michael Roush, 14.211 for the 23 of Roush. Christian Thomas, he'll be 4th quick on lap 1, 14.734. Roush, 14.211, his best time. Thomas works it off a turn 4, approaching stripe. Let's see if he can do any better. 14.579 on lap number 2, so his first lap was quicker. But Russell Irwin is top of the board as of right now in Heritage Signs LLC qualifying here at County Line. Live coverage on Big Sports TV. We thank you so much for joining us here tonight at County Line. We're glad to have you along for the ride with us. Later on this evening, once we roll into the feature, this will be feature number 428 in the history of the Carolina Clash, and more cars continue to make their way onto the Speedway. That is the 21. He goes by the nickname of the Outlaw out of Elm City, North Carolina with a 14.341. His best time in hot lap. That's Michael Batten. Right behind him, the 23B, that is Matthew Bissett. He had a 14.416 in hot laps, but qualifying's where it matters. Batten works it down the back straightaway. You'll pick him up right here off of turn number 4. Michael Batten will be 4th quick, 14.394. Here comes Matthew Bissett. New look for 2026. Bissett with a 14.426. Batten will approach the stripe on his second lap, 14.394 his best time. And Bassett will wind it up right here at the stripe, 14.426. So Russell Irwin still top of the board, 14.197, followed by Michael Roush. Ben Watkins, Michael Batten, and Matthew Bissett rounding out the top 5 in Group A Qualifying again here tonight, brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC out of Lawrence, South Carolina. Making his way onto the Speedway after a great run earlier this week with the World of Outlaws at Georgetown Speedway. That is the driver, the number 1, MJ Price, Infinity Chassis, M&W Towing, East Coast Towing Machine. That is the Wild Child, Willie Milliken. Right behind him, the bright number, the yellow piece there, the D8, Donnie's Body Shop, Max Tools, HST Technologies. That is Dustin Mitchell. Both of these guys got a lot of laps to the resume here at County Line. Let's see what they can do here tonight. Milliken works it off of turn number 4. Milliken goes 4th quick on lap 1, 14.315. Dustin Mitchell rolls it off of turn number 4. He'll make his way to the flag stand. Dustin Mitchell 7th quick, 14.531. The Wild Child moves it off of turn 4. And Milliken will stay right there in the 4th spot and qualifying in this group, 14.315. Mitchell on his final lap, 14.531 will be his best time, so still top of the board right here in Group A. That will be fast time 14.197 for Russell Irwin. Group B will now begin to make their way onto the Speedway here at County Line Raceway. Coleman's Farm, Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Fast time overall in Group A, Russell Irwin, 14.197. Now we'll compare the two out of Group A and Group B. The fast time qualifier will win a $100 bonus tonight with a fast time qualifier award brought to you in part by Judy Yarborough Realty. Making his way onto the Speedway, rolling it down the backstretch. That's the 93 Blue Collar Motorsports Sanford Contracting. That is the 2025 SEC Construction Rookie of the Year, Donovan Action Jackson. Also on the Speedway, driver number 18 out of Lexington, North Carolina. That is Spencer Ligon here at the line. Action Jackson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, rolls off of turn number 4. 14.646 for Donovan Jackson. Ligon right behind him there in the 18. Spencer Ligon 15.357. Let's see if Donovan Jackson can pick it up on lap number 2. 14.646 was his first time, and that will be his best time. 14.685 was his second lap. So Spencer Ligon on lap 2 a little better, 15.201. So right now the bar has been set for Group B with the Coleman Farms Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models. Again, our qualifying tonight brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC. Top of the board, 14.646 for Donovan Action Jackson. Donovan Jackson did add his name into the record books last year. Fayetteville Motor Speedway, coming the 93rd different driver to make his way to victory lane. And also our Rookie of the Year. Carl Vaughn out of Chesapeake, Virginia, driver the number 28 on the racetrack here this evening. And right behind him, you'll see the number 5 out of Bailey, North Carolina. He had a 14.347 earlier this afternoon in hot laps. That's the machine driven by Cy Nelms Jr. So this group chasing a 14.646 laid down by Donovan Action Jackson. Carl Vaughn works it off of turn number 4. He'll approach the stripe right here. Cy Nelms Jr. on his first lap, 15.465. Carl Vaughn, 15.666. Cy Nelms, 14.684 will be his best time. And Carl Vaughn will approach the stripe, 15.927. So he'll be in the 4th spot with qualifying. Cy Nelms Jr. will be second quick. Donovan Jackson still top of the board, followed by Cy Nelms Jr., Spencer Ligon, and Carl Vaughn. Pure Stock 4 is outside pit area. Pure Stock 4, start making your way to stage, and you will be up next. Following the conclusion of qualifying, brought to you in part by Heritage Signs LLC for the Coleman Farm Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models out of Stedman, North Carolina. Fast Lane Towing, that's the driver of the 7H. Ronnie Long Jr. here tonight with us at County Line Raceway. Also out of Greensboro, North Carolina, the Longhorn Chassis, Tucker Racing. That is the 0 of Daniel Tucker. Fond memories of his dad, Ray Tucker, back in the days of Benson Motorsports. Glad to see these guys still doing what they love, and here with us tonight at County Line Raceway. Ronnie Long Jr. works it through turns 3 and 4. He'll approach the stripe here for his first recorded lap time. 15.883 for Ronnie Long Jr. Here comes Tucker, toting the mail off of turn 4 here at the stripe. Daniel Tucker will go third quick, 14.749, 14.646, the time to beat here in Group B by Donovan Jackson. Ronnie Long, 15.883 on his second lap. Daniel Tucker, 14.733 on his second lap. So as of right now, Donovan Action Jackson, 2025 Rookie of the Year for the Coltman Farm Racing Carolina Clash, top of the board with a 14.646, followed by Cy Nelms Jr., Daniel Tucker, Spencer Ligon, and rounding out the top 5 to 28 of Carl Vaughn. Making his way onto the Speedway, a County Line Raceway favorite out of Bailey, North Carolina. That is the L3 of Skeeter Lyles. Also making his way onto the Speedway here tonight, out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 15.105 in hot laps. That's the driver number 52. That is Timmy Mills. Green flag in the air. We are underway here for another group of Coltman Farm Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Models tonight. You're watching it live on Big Sports TV. Again, so glad to have you along for the ride with us here tonight in Elm City. Skeeter Lyles will go 5th quick, 15.074 on lap 1. Timmy Mills will go 4th quick, 14.794. Lyles will work it off of turn 4. Let's see if he picks it up on the second lap. And he does not. His first lap was better, 15.074. Timmy Mills will move up a spot. He'll go 3rd quick, 14.714 for the 52 of Timmy Mills. And we have one more Coltman Farm Racing Carolina Clash Super Late Model to make his way onto the Speedway. All right, race fans, Elm City, North Carolina, get on your feet. There he is. Owens Construction, Prime Electrical Solutions, Longhorn Chassis. In these parts of the woods, they call him Lights Out, the 8A of Austin Holcomb. Holcomb will be our final qualifier here tonight in Group B. All cars will transfer into the feature. We will not be doing heat races tonight. Only 19 cars have signed in here, so we will, following the conclusion of our qualifying, the next time you'll see us on the racetrack, we'll be going feature racing. Austin Holcomb, top of the board in Group B. 14.621 for the 8A. Right here for Lights Out, Austin Holcomb. One more time around the horn here at County Line Raceway. He'll approach the stripe. The Coltman Farms checkered flag is in the air, 14.579 for Austin Holcomb. Fastest overall tonight here at County Line Raceway, and our top qualifier out of both Group A and Group B, receiving a $100 bonus from our fast time qualifier, Judy Yarborough Realty out of Lake Norman, North Carolina. We thank her for her continued support of the Carolina Clash. Russell Irwin, tonight's fast time qualifier here at County Line. More racing action on the way. Let's give it back to the voice of County Line Raceway, my friend Michael Willis. Mike, take it away.
All right, give it up one more time. Coltman Farms Carolina Class Super Late Models. They'll be back here in just a little bit later in featured events. Up next, our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Heat races. Thunder V8s, you roll after Pure Stock 4. Be getting ready. Our first heat race coming up here for Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Driving the 12M out of Bailey, North Carolina, Randy Melton. To his outside, driving the 17H. Out of Knightdale, North Carolina, that's Lee Hardy. Rolling off third, driving the 10 out of Nashville, North Carolina, that's Jason Alloway. Driving the 21 out of Hollister, North Carolina, Randy Howard. Driving the 7J out of Pine Tops, North Carolina, that's Johnny Pollin Jr. On the 73 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's Asa Eller. And driving the 29 out of Nashville, North Carolina, that's Cole Pop-Tart Langley. And rolling off 8, driving the 7X out of Knightdale, North Carolina, that's Tyler Franklin. That's your 8 starters. Your first heat race of their Tidewater Energy pure stock 4 cylinders. 12M of Randy Melton won here 2 weeks ago. They bring them back down the straightaway, slow pace. Flappy will start the race coming off of turn 4. 5-lap heat races here. We have 2 of those coming up. And the end of the night will be our Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. Green flag. Great start for the 12M of Randy Melton. Meanwhile, they're 4 wide behind them. They get that worked out going into turn 1. Right now is Melton, Hardy. They roll them into turn 3. Lee Hardy took a little sneak peek coming out of 3, but they stay nose. Oh, around goes the 73 in turn 4. Right now we still stay green. Caution. Caution is out. Caution for the 73 of Ace Eller. One down, 4 to go. Your leader, the 12M of Randy Melton, Lee Hardy, Randy Howard, Johnny Paulin Jr., Cole Pop Top Langley. Tension in the pits, tension in the pits. Thunder V8s, you need to be there now. You need to be in the chute like yesterday, ASAP. Back green this time. The 12M with Melton brings them out of turn 4. Lee Hardy took a little peek. They go back nose to tail. As they roll them into 1 and 2. Still nose to tail, your first 2. 3rd and 4th nose to tail. Car link back to the 29 of Cole Pop-Tart Langley as they bring them out of turn 4. Still 2 down, 3 to go for Randy Melton, Lee Hardy, Howard, Paulin, Langley. Meanwhile, for 3rd, Paulin Jr. looking on the inside of Howard for 3rd, rolling into turn 3. Meanwhile, the 12M ran whole around goes 7J of Johnny Pollard Jr. down in the bottom of turn 4. That's going to bring out a caution. Johnny Pollard Jr. gets it fired back up. Should be a quick caution. Showing 3 down, 2 to go. Still your leader, the 12M of Randy Melton, Lee Hardy. Again, last call for Thunder V8s. You qualify next. Last call for Thunder V8s. So we're going to get the 7J of Johnny Pollard Jr. caught back up to the field. Looks like the lights are out. We are green. 3 down, 2 to go. As Randy Melton carries them into turns 1 and 2. Little high side. Still Hardy right on the back door, knocking on it. Looking for an opening as they roll into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Lee Hardy takes a peep on the inside, gets a little squirrely. Not going to make it work one more time for 12M of Randy Melton. Melton pushes coming out of turn 2. That opens the door down the back straightaway. The 17H of Lee Hardy gets around. Lee Hardy pushes just a little in turn 4, but not enough. Coming to the checkered, your winner, heat race number 1, driving the 17H of Lee Hardy, Randy Melton, Randy Howard, Cole Pop-Tart Langley, Jason Highway, Asa Eller, Johnny Paulin Jr., and the 7X of Tyler Franklin did not make the heat race. Up next, it'll be our second heat race of our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Starting on the pole, driving the 37 out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's C.J. Chrisman. To his outside, driving the 93 out of Franklinton, North Carolina, Jesse Griffin. Rolling off third, the 11K out of Franklinton, North Carolina, Jonathan Keith. And on the 9 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, Jacob Kinsey. Rolling off fifth, driving the 50 out of Youngsville, North Carolina, that's Van Bryant. To his outside, driving the 34 out of Raleigh, North Carolina, the Candyman, Chris Vestal. Rolling off seventh on the 20 out of Pine Tops, North Carolina, that's Patrick Perry. And rolling off eighth on the 18 out of Norlina, North Carolina, that's John Carter. That's your 8 starters of your second heat race. Your Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders, 5 laps of the distance. They're side by side in a slow roll coming down the backstretch. Flavin will start them in turn 4. So far, the last heat race when they dropped the green, the leaders got a good start behind them. They were 3 and 4 wide. Let's see if we make it happen again. Green flag. Great start, leaders side by side. Right now, they still all nose to tail. They dive them into turn 2. They think about 3 wide. No, it's still 2 wide back behind the field. Right now, they bring them into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. The 37 of C.J. Chrisman. Chrisman, Kinsey, Griffin, Keith, Bryant, Vestal, Carter, Perry. Right now, C.J. Chrisman. Two down, 3 to go. It's still C.J. Chrisman, Jacob Kinsey, Jesse Griffin, Van Bryant. Right now, Van Bryant and Griffin are battling together. Give that to Van Bryant down the back straightaway. But now Chris Vessel's knocking on the back doors. They roll it into turn 3. 2 laps to go this time by for your leader. Oh, no harm, no foul. Just a little bump and run here. It's the 37 of C.J. Chrisman bringing it down the back straightaway. He'll be coming to the white flag as he brings it out of turn 4. Still Jacob Kinsey knocking on the back door, but 1 lap to go for the 37 of C.J. Chrisman. Kinsey, Bryant, Vestal, Griffin, Keith. As they bring him down the back straightaway, about a car length lead for the 37 of C.J. Chrisman coming out of turn 4. Kinsey's there but cannot make nothing happen. Your winner heat race number 2. We are Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Driving the 37, that's C.J. Chrisman. Jacob Kinsey, Van Bryant, Chris Vestal, Jesse Griffin, Jonathan Keith, John Carter, and Patrick Perry. That's going to wrap it up for our heat races for our Tidewater Energy Pure Stock 4 cylinders. Up next will be qualifying for Carolina Auto Parts and Salvage Thunder V8s. Driving the 8 out of Fremont, North Carolina, that's Chris Williams. On the 01 out of Pikeville, North Carolina, that's Delbert Bolander. Driving the 1 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, Bradley Knox. On the 39 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, that's Calvin Fort. Driving the 8A out of M City, North Carolina, Austin Hogan. Driving the 0 out of Zebulon, North Carolina, Brandon Murray. On the 00 out of Middlesex, North Carolina, that's Jerry McKeel Jr. The 17D out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, Dalton Copeland. Driving the 19 out of Middlesex, North Carolina, Hunter Hobson. On the 31 out of Cary, North Carolina, Billy Hobson. On the 5 out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Hunter Denny. The 4P out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Tyler Pierce. 23 out of Henderson, North Carolina, Brian Medlin. On the R5 out of Benson, North Carolina, that's Brandon Ray. On the 1G out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, Jimmy Gray. And on the 30, making his return back this year out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, that's Justin Kidd. Green flag is out. First lap, Chris Williams as he brings it down the back straightaway. Bring it into turn 3. We're going to see what lap time to put up. Right now, Chris Williams with a 17.929. Whoa, trouble, turn 2, trouble. Right now, quick time, driving the 8 of Chris Williams, 17.922. Bradley Knox with a 17.942. That's your top 2 right now. Out next should be the 8A of Austin Hogan, the 0 of Brandon Murray, the 00 of Jerry McKeel Jr., and the 17D of Dalton Copeland. Again, last call for your 50-50 tickets. Last call, get those 50-50 tickets. Coming up in intermission, somebody is going to win some money. Again, all kids, be getting ready. Juice Box Racing will be next right down here in the hot pits in the infield. Be getting those cars ready. For the 8A of Austin Hogan loops it. We have not took green yet. Caution is out. All right, we go back green this time. Let's see if anybody has anything for the 8 of Chris Williams. Right now, the time to beat 17.922. Caution again, turn 2. That'll be the 17D of Dalton Copeland. All right, so we still have no lap. Again, we'll go back green again. This is our second group of qualifying right now. The 8 of Chris Williams sitting up top with a 17.922. Quick time right now, the 8A of Austin Hogan, 17.488. Austin Hogan, Chris Williams, Knox, McKeel Jr., Fort, Murray, Bolander, Copeland. And new top of the board, the 8A of Austin Hogan, 17.488. Chris Williams, Bradley Knox, Jerry McKeel Jr., Calvin Fort, Brandon Murray, Dalton Copeland, and Delbert Bolander. Right now, that's your top 8. Out next will be our third group. Should be the 19 of Hunter Hobson, 31 of Billy Hobson, the 5 of Hunter Denny, and the 4P of Tyler Pierce. That is Hunter Denny in the all black and white card. Number is on the top. Whoa, the 4P appears. Woo, saved it there in turn 2. Oh, goodness gracious. Five Hunter Denny goes behind the wall, but right now he's sitting second quick with a 17.712. Unfortunately, got to have a push for the 4P of. Still quick time right now to 8A of Austin Hogan, Hunter Denny, Hunter Hobson, Tyler Pierce, Chris Williams, Bradley Knox, Jerry McKill Jr., Calvin Fort, Billy Hobson, Brandon Murray, Dalton Copeland, and Delbert Bolander. Again, the 4P of Pierce and the 31 of Billy Hobson, the last 2 cars left on the track. If they both will get one more lap. Pierce bringing it out of turn 4, keeping it straight this time. So if he has anything. Move the 4P of Tyler Pierce to 3rd. Still quick time right now to 8A of Austin Hogan. Out next should be our last 4 competitors. Driving the 23, that's Brian Mellon, the R5 of Braden Ray, the 1G of Jimmy Gray, and the 30 of Justin Kidd. Again, all parents in the pit area be getting those juice box carts ready. This will be our last qualifying group. Then we'll go into intermission. We'll be giving away some money here, 50-50 drawing. Juice box kart racing, brought to you by BRE Racing. As our last group will take the green flag. That is Justin Kidd on the all black, number 30. 23 of Mellon brings it around right now. Move Brian Mellon to second quick with a 17.527. Caution. And that's going to wrap it up for our Carolina Auto Parts and Sours Thunder V8 qualifying. Austin Hogan, Brian Mellon, Jimmy Gray, Hunter Denny, Tyler Pierce, Herner Hobson, Braden Ray, Chris Williams, Bradley Knox, Billy Hobson, Jerry McKeel Jr., Calvin Fort, Brandon Murray, Justin Kidd, Dalton Copeland, and Delbert Bowling. Alrighty, that's going to wrap it up. Qualifying and heat races. Up next, we're going to take a short intermission. Up next will be our kids juice box kart racing right down in the infield. Parents be getting those kids ready. That'll be brought to you tonight by BRE Racing.
You look. Just like Michael Willard just said, juice box all come down to the infield.
All right. Got some important information coming up right here. We got to thank BRE Racing, the sponsor here at Juice Box Division sponsor. Greg Brew with Brew Racing. Those three juice box carts right there in the center of the racetrack. Brew Racing has purchased those, and we've got 3 lucky drivers. I've got Storm Mitchell. So, again, thanks to Brew Racing for sponsoring the Juice Box Division. They have purchased those 3 Juice Box cars there, and our 3 lucky winners tonight, Paisley Joseph, Storm Mitchell, and Colton Phillips. Those names were drawn. So every other weekend we'll draw 3 lucky names to drive those 3 juice boxes right there. That's a cool deal here. Thank you, BRE Racing, for that. As we get them all lined up down there in the infield. Again, we'll be calling lucky winners here for our 50-50 coming up here real soon. So don't get rid of those tickets right now. Brandon Vick, have you made it? Have you made it, Brandon Vick?
I have made it.
Thank you, sir. We're going live to Brandon Vick down there with the juice car racing coming up. Again, if BRE Racing is down there, we'd like to get a word with them too. Thank them for what they've done. And the 3 lucky drivers for those 3 juice box carts down there. Paisley Joseph, Storm Mitchell, and Colton Phillips.